Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, the New Zealand Sim Racing National Midget Series Tour comes to the sprint car capital of the world. We are here at the Knoxville Raceway. Good evening, Brett Wheeler in the booth. And joining me very shortly is going to be Alan Tack, and he's just getting some Discord problems sorted out. So hopefully he will join us for the next part of the program. We get set for qualifying here. In just a few moments' time, we are looking at just under 40 cars, looking at about 38 cars signed into the pit area here at the Knoxville Raceway. Of course, the track is going to get reset for qualifying, and then it will carry over for the rest of the program. Qualifying heat races, preliminary mains, a dash, and then, of course, a main event to come. Of course, we are live across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch here. Got all platforms covered right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. As qualifying getting set to begin. Of course, make sure you head over to our website to keep up to date with what we've got going on throughout the week. Yeah, we've got a lot going on. Not only during the day, we're covering some shows there every couple of weeks. We are covering here for the New Zealand sim racing stuff. As we're going to look at some of the drivers on the racetrack at the moment. We'll see who those drivers are and how they fare in qualifying tonight. And Al, you got a copy?
I sure do, mate.
Oh, look, it's about time that you got those issues sorted. But hey, hopefully you don't come into any more. But I mean, it is the interwebs. Anything's possible.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. So I'll keep on working on it too as well as we go along.
Just noticed the track is, from what I've seen, it looks like it's starting at a certain percentage, or it looks like it might have even carried over from practice. We are watching the number 66 car of Harry Edwards on screen. He has just gone quick time with a 19.831. Corey Tyler laying down a lap time. Kobe Dent. Theo Stratford on the racetrack as well. Brady Baldwin. Hayden Warrington, who was putting on a show a couple of weeks ago at the Eldora Speedway. And now with this track already slickened off somewhat from practice session, I dare say that we are going to have a very slick surface come main time.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I think that's what a lot of the drivers have been asking for too. So, maybe it's a good thing that they start at 30%. We'll soon find out. But also heard Harry say that they've got a 14 times incident limit. So, seven knocks with some and you're gone.
Well, that's going to be hard for some drivers. I mean, they all know they could hit the pace carrier if it was possible. And again, that's certainly going to come into effect. Ryan Crowell. At Eldora, I think it was 2 weeks ago. Again, he was one of those drivers that really stood out, and one driver that we hadn't seen too much of. But we were told that we believe he's the owner of Rush Sim Racing, and to come out and put those kind of times in, he's gone to the top of the speed charts in qualifying session. Well, now second quick as Aaron Humble's just beat him. Again, Ryan showing that he's got the speed to mix it up with these boys.
Yeah, that's a really good performance by him, and obviously 2 weeks ago. So I think having the likes of Harry and Brett as well in your corner, giving you a bit of a hand, and obviously employing them probably helps him out a little bit too. So but yeah, it's one thing to get the set and whatnot, but it's another thing to put the lap down, and he's done quite well there.
All right, Aaron Humble, 19.774. Brett Junior Morris, one of the drivers who just spoke about there, 19.769. He has gone to position number 1 and bumping Aaron Humble, who, you've been, not lately, but you've been known to put the commentator's curse on him throughout a couple of races this season.
Yeah, we'll try and keep them away from him tonight. But he's definitely a performer. He's one of those guys that could definitely put it on the podium at the end of the night.
All right, we are looking at Stefan Adams in the number 40 car making his way onto the racetrack. We are looking at just under about a minute and a half left in this qualifying session. We can tell you that officially 37 drivers have taken a lap time. There's 3 drivers that have not. 2 of them are on the racetrack right now. So again, 39 cars are going to take a lap here at the Knoxville Raceway. And again, that's going to set us up for a fairly good, hopefully good entertaining race here tonight.
Yeah, a lot of boys will be trying to come through that B main as well. I just having a look there. buried deep down in the pack is ex-Australian midget champion in Caden Brown. You've got the current New Zealand sim racing champion in the midget Ben Morrison sitting in about P32. So a couple of decent sort of names hovering down that bottom there, which is quite surprising to see.
You just got to wonder what kind of effect that will that have on those drivers throughout the course of the night. As you said, Ben Morrison, the New Zealand champion, and well, he's the best driver from New Zealand. You just asked David Sanford; he got beat by Ben Morrison, as did everybody else that made their way to the dirt track at Charlotte. I think about 6 weeks ago, maybe even 8 weeks ago now. So, he's been putting that number one. He's got the number one on that tail tank for a reason. I mean, and when you got the likes of Ben Morrison, and then we talk about the Australian champion as well, Brett Junior Morris, who sits in position one. You talk about the other guys that missed out as well. Aaron Humble, Harry Edwards, Aaron Hodgson. I mean, there's just to name a few. Matt McCutcheon as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of fast drivers, a lot of talent here tonight.
Yeah, that's the good thing about the midgets is it's such an even field that anyone can win. So, I think tonight's going to throw up some good race and a nice, sort of wide racetrack to start off with. So there'll be plenty of sliders, and as I said, hopefully the boys can make sure that they're well timed and don't take anyone out.
Well, incident limit coming in for the main event, not happening throughout. It shouldn't happen throughout the course of the heat race. I believe it is only for the main event. But we'll take a look here at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 1. Well, I mean, if they want to read the starting grid out, I'm more than happy to let them start to read the starting grid out. Starting on pole, the Australian Sim Champion in car number 1, the A1, or the 1A, depending on how you look at it. Brett Junior Morris will start on pole. On his outside of the Rush Sim Racing, number 66 car, going to be Harry Edwards. Second row inside, the 91 car of Jared Steen lines up out of position at number 3. Out of position 4, going to be the 191 car of Mitchell Piskalik. We might leave him alone tonight. Starting out of position 5 in car number 30, going to be Ben Cometti. Out of position 6, the greatest number of all time, the number 56 car of Corey Tyler, lines up on the outside of row number 3. Lachlan Horton in car number 92 will start position 7. Jeremy Patterson in car 44 will start position number 8. We go back to the New Zealand champion of Ben Morrison, starting position number 9. And Stefan Adams in car number 40, starting position number 10. Who do you like in this one, Alan?
Oh, mate, I don't think you can go past Brett. If Brett goes through the first corner cleanly, he'll drive away with it.
Drivers making their way past the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum, and they'll make their way down into turn number 3. And when they get to turn number 4, the pace truck is going to be to the infield, and it will be Brett Junior Morris and Harry Edwards on the front row. Now, I believe they have to wait till the green flag has been displayed, so you can't have that pole car jump at the pace. It will start to pick it up, and there we go. The green flag is out, and no surprise, Brett Junior Morris is going to throw that slider on Harry Edwards. Are they racing at Rush tonight?
I wouldn't have a clue, mate. I think that's something we might have to ask them. They've got a bit of a stack in the background there.
Yeah, Jeremy Patterson went upside down in the number 44 car, but Brett Junior Morris, he will officially lead lap number 1. Edwards now starting to feel the pressure here from the 191 car. Mitchell Piskalik all over the back of him like a rash, and I'm sure Harry might have a rash or here or there. We'll see if we can hang on to that second spot, but here goes Piskalik down to the inside with a big slider into turn number 3.
Yeah, well timed there by Mitchell. Slid up in front of Harry, who was trying to use the loose dirt on the top there to try and gather some more momentum. But calculated move. Just Mitchell sort of sets his sight now on Brett Junior Morris.
Yeah, well, the only sight that Mitchell Piskalik could be seeing is watching the A1 car drive away from the rest of the field. Jared Steen trying to put the move on Corey Tyler. What are we taking? Top 3 to the main event?
Yeah, top 3 to the main event, and then the others run the alphabet. So, you got a hard hitter there, and Jared Steen. Jared knows his way around the Knoxville Raceway quite well, so he'll be trying to push his way forward. As Harry Edwards sits on the bubble there, he'd be loving watching these two in the 4th and 5th battling there in his mirror, because it just allows him to drive that, get that little bit of a gap to keep a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, we continue to watch Jared Steen and Corey Tyler continue to throw haymakers at each other. Tyler going to move back to the inside on Steen. Steen going to turn it back underneath the nearly rubbing wheels through the middle of turn number 3 and 4. 3 laps left to run. Brett Junior Morris leads. Mitchell Piscalick, Harry Edwards in third. And there's a slider from Steen, who makes his way into position 4. Can he hang on to it out of turn number 2? Yes, he does. And we'll see how the response from Corey Tyler will be. And then, of course, you got the New Zealand champion starting to make a run for it. He's up to position 6, and he's now closing in with a couple of laps to go. He's closing in on the back of Corey Tyler and Jared Steen.
Yeah, Ben Morrison started deep in the field, I think, and has made his way forward. But now it's just from Jared Steen's point of view, you'd be a little bit frustrated knowing that you're quicker than the bloke in front of you and it just took you too long to clear him. It looks like that'll probably put him off the front row in the B main now. Finishing, if he finishes in 4th, obviously, with Harry Edwards and Mitchell Piscalick now trading sliders, this could bring Jared Steen right back into the fray. Obviously, I think it's the top 2, Brett. Correct me if I'm wrong, go through to the dash. So there's still a bit of a chance here for these boys to start on the front row if they finish in the top 2 of their heat race.
Now there it is. Morris gets the win from Piscalick. Edwards home in 3rd. Steen, Tyler, Morrison, Cometti, Adams, Patterson, your 9th finish, and Lachlan Horton only completing 1 lap, and you're going to be scored 7 laps down. That is heat number 1 complete. We'll take a look here at heat race number 2 at your Wicked Cushion H, your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid, in fact.
So starting at a P1 is Aaron Humble in the 46, out of P2 the 37 of Aaron Hodgson. P3 is the 24 of Callan Arthur, and P4 is the 84 of Jared Guptill. Starting out of P5 is the number 81 of Joshua Walton. Starting out of P6 is Peter Honeybell. Out of P7, you got the 42 of Kobe Dent. P8 is Josh Arthur in the 36. Bruce James and Sal Smith round out your 9th and 10th starters for this one.
You know, every time I look at Kobe Dent's name, I think of
I know where this is going. Batman.
Yeah, that's it. Dark Knight Rises. I'm Batman.
Oh, Kobe Dent turns into Two-Face, so we'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, I don't know Kobe all that well. Actually, I don't know Kobe at all, but I'm sure that Two-Face could go to a number of people here in the iRacing community. Just got to look at some of the people on some teams. Who do you like in this one quickly? That's all we're going to say about that. Well, that's all I'm going to say.
Mate, look, I'm not going to put the mockers on Humble, so I'm going to go with Callan Arthur.
All right. Well, if you're not going to, well, I will. I'll pick Humble for this one.
Deep down, you know, I really wanted to pick Humble,
I know
but
you did.
I can't put it on him.
All right, here we go. 8 laps of distance here at the Knoxville Raceway, heat number 2 for the New Zealand Sim Racing National Midget Series Tour here at the Knoxville Raceway. Green flag is out, and we are underway. And well, count out Aaron Hodgson as well. Hodgson now going to move to the outside. They're 3 and 4 wide through turn number 1 and 2 here on the opening lap. Humble looking to come back down low, down into the inside, looks for the race lead. Big slide job, but Aaron Hodgson turns it back underneath. Now, both these guys, don't they run the same class at the Springs?
I'm not too sure, mate. I know that that Hodgson runs the F2. I'm not too sure what Humble races. Yeah, I didn't even know Humble raced, to be honest. I just thought he walked around in a race suit on his profile picture just to look cool. So his iRacing outfit.
Well, I mean, it's actually, you know what? I'm not gonna go to where I was gonna go. We'll keep all the action on the racetrack at the moment. Hodgson, he got right up into the up onto the top side of the racetrack and really caught that cushion, almost dug into the racetrack. Oh, Humble two-wheeling and dealing through turn number 3 and 4. That's a moment to see. I can't wait to get a photo of that one.
Yeah, well, in that there is Callan Arthur. He was running 3rd, challenging for the lead there, and with Humble getting in, almost biking it, it's dropped him back to 6th now. So it just goes to show how much momentum is a player in this track. You know, you drop a couple of kilometres an hour, and you're gone. But and then they just drives back up into fifth now. As I think that was Honeybell. Yep, disappeared into the air. Oh, Hodgson around. Oh, he's having all sorts of dramas keeping that thing straight. So yeah. Lucky for Callan Arthur and Josh Walton, they've found their way into second and third place respectively.
And how about Aaron Humble now with a bit of luck as well? I'm not too sure whether there might have been contact with Humble and Hodgson. I'm not too sure on that, but with 2 laps to go, Humble's got about a 1.4 second lead over Joshua Walton. He's still battling it out with Callan Arthur, so there's going to be no chance of either one of those 2 drivers to catch up to your race leader. But what they do have a battle for is that final spot in tonight's dash, or whether they start in mid-pack of tonight's A main.
Yeah, you definitely want to give yourself a spot in that dash because obviously, as you said, it puts you got a chance to go to the front row or even make up a couple of spots. So, and the worst you can start is 8th. So, yeah, you want to definitely give that dash a go.
Yeah, Walton just slid up right in front of Callan Arthur then as Humble's going to turn it around. He's going to go and pick up heat race number 2 over Joshua Walton second, Callan Arthur third, Jared Guptill, Josh Arthur, Kobe, Harvey, Dent, Saul Smith, Peter Honeybell, Bruce James, and Aaron Hodgson home in position number 10. And well, it might be a new thing to have this track carried over throughout the rest of the night and rest of the season. So far, Alan, it's produced some pretty good racing.
Yeah, there's hasn't been anything too dirty, so I don't know if that comes down to the drivers being a little bit more patient or the stern warning they got from Harry Edwards before they started. So yeah, we'll soon see.
Like, Harry's about 3 foot tall. If anyone's scared of him, they got some serious issues.
Oh yeah, exactly right. So I think the Orley Peanut Butter Man's a little bit more scarier than Harry, but some of these boys are doing quite well in the league, so they don't want to ruin their chances of continuing on in it.
Well, it is the number 1, I'm going to say Oceanic Dirt League going around, and we'll take a look here at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat number 3. Alright, starting on pole, heat race number 3, going to be the 03 of Ryan Crowell. On his outside, the wall rider, the wall banger, Harry Stewart. Jordan McDonnell will start position 3. Tom Callahan will start position 4. Hayden Warrington out of position 5. Lewis and Clark out of position 6. Caden Brown, Rodney James in row 4. Theo Stratford and Cody Lawrence make up row number 5. Who's you picking this one?
Mate, I'm going to go with Jordan McDonnell. I think he can get the job done there from P3. Sporting his new team colours there, I see.
He's almost catching up to Sanford. Actually, I don't think anyone's got Sanford covered, to be honest. Anyhow, 8 laps of distance. Another top 3 to the main event. Another top 2 to the dash. Everybody else to the alphabet soup. Your B, C, D, and I probably even going to be an E main here tonight. But here we go. Knoxville Raceway Heat number 3, the New Zealand Sim Racing National Midget Series Tour. And we are 3 wide already through turn number 1 and 2. As Harry Stewart trying to work the outside of the speedway to make up the run. We got Warrington and somebody else around. That's Caden Brown in the 097 car. And, well, Harry Stewart, he's going to lead from Tom Callahan right now. Ryan Crowell got a horrible start. He's back holding on to position 3.
Yeah, Harry Stewart done a fantastic job out in the lead there. Got a nice run around the outside and took Tom Callahan with him. Jordan McDonnell just settling into 3rd place as Ryan is relegated back to 4th. Who's under a lot of pressure though from Lewis Clark running the inside coming out of turn 4.
Well, you see the 21 on the ticker there for McDonnell. It's the car that he is being assigned to here in this server as Tom Callahan in the number 50 car, who I believe is looking like he's left Altus Esports, and why you would want to leave a former world champion teammate of Tim Ryan behind is just absolutely astonishing.
Yeah, I read a post from Altus actually saying that Tom had left to concentrate on real life racing. So I'm not too sure if Altus. Hey.
I said neck minute.
Yeah, neck minute. Exactly right. I'm not too sure if Tom, if that was an excuse or if there was expectations of Tom to run and he just couldn't meet those. But let's see how this BSL team goes forward. It looks like they've also picked up Caden Brown, so it could be interesting.
Anyhow, how about Harry Stewart? He's just absolutely blitzing. I'm like, he's blitzing this field. He's just absolutely crushing it right now.
Yeah, the young fella's working hard for an interview, I reckon.
Well, he ain't going to get one unless he finishes top 3 in the main event.
And then we'll change the rules again, remember?
Yeah. Wherever he finishes, it's going to be the people in front. Unless he wins, then I'll be like, nah, sorry, only second and third get interviews today.
Looks like Jordan's closing the gap here with running that slider line. So, it'd be interesting to see how this one plays out. How many laps we got left? We got 1 lap left after they complete this one. So,
well, there's only half a mile in it as we continue now to watch.
Here he comes.
Oh yeah, he's not shying away from the fact that he's going to throw it in deep. I wonder if Harry's going to protect the bottom here. No, he's going to stay up top. He's going to leave that bottom side open. Is he going to clear him? Yes, he does. And Harry Stewart, very smart young man. Very, very smart. No, he almost gave that one up. So Harry Stewart going to come away victorious here in heat race number 3. McDonnell, Callahan, 2nd and 3rd. Clark, Lawrence, Warrington, James, Stratford, Brown, and Crowell. Who was your pole sitter? Only got to complete 4 laps, so I'm sure he would be bitterly disappointed with that finish.
Yeah, anytime you start off the front row and don't finish a race is definitely disappointing. So,
you know all about that one.
After setting a good time, he's going to find himself in the C or in the E main. I think it was D or E actually.
It's certainly going to be buried deep in this preliminary mains. We'll take a look here at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 4.
So starting out of P1, we've got the 07 of Bailey Cardwell. Out of P2 is the 18 of Aaron Kelly. Out of P3 is the 17 of Matt McCutcheon. Out of P4 is the 7 of Brady Baldwin. Out of P5, you've got the 22 of Caleb Beecroft. Out of P6, you've got the 61 of Bryce Kenyon. Out of P7 is the 33 of Carl Hoffman. Out of P4, what did I say? 8 is the 3 of Hayden Pascoe. Out of 9 is the 86 of Mark Houghton. And out of 10, we've got the 411 of Scott Wilkins.
Well, instead of the 411, he might need to call 911 because he missed the grid, or he don't even think he's in the server. He did not make the call for heat number 4. Neither did Caleb Beecroft, who starts inside, who was scheduled to start inside of row 3, excuse me. So that's going to put Carl Hoffman's up to position 5 and Mark Horton in the 86 up to position 7. You know what? I think Pascoe joined OPR, didn't he?
Yes.
Very surprised that he's sort of this far back, and again, I haven't seen too much of him, but for the some races that I have seen, I thought he was. I thought he was quick. What's going on in that 3 machine?
Mate, as I was getting on, actually, I got a message from him to say that he was struggling with setup. So I'm not too sure if he's got a handle on it yet. I sent him what everyone else was running from the team, so I'm not too sure. But I mean, Knoxville is a tricky track to get around as well. So especially in these things, you've got to keep the momentum going, and if your car's too loose, you've got to turn it in 3 and 4 times. It's just not fun. So keep an eye on him. I think he'll still make the A. But something else too, another one, Aaron Kelly. In the BSL colours, so looks like Jordan's done a bit of a recruitment drive here from Indy race parts team.
I mean, we saw how that went when Jordan was on the Indy race parts team, how long that worked out for him. So anyhow, half his luck to him and half his luck to the BSL team as Brady Baldwin into the wall, and Aaron Kelly going to put the move on Bailey Cardwell, but Bailey Cardwell around the outside, and we got a car round in that Indy race parts. No, it's the 33 car, the 3 car of Carl Hoffman. But man, how about Bailey Cardwell, our lone American visitor tonight? He's putting it to the sword and putting it to the Kiwis out in front.
Yeah, Bailey in the Haas Get it? Look on his car. Doing a fantastic job out the front there, but he's going to come under a lot of pressure soon from probably one of the more experienced guys in the NZSR servers in Matt McCutcheon. McCutcheon all over the back of him now. Look for the slider going into 3 and 4, and Minimac probably will drive away with this one if he clears him comfortably.
Oh, yeah, you want to go there? All right, I guess McCutcheon is in a bit of a rush at the moment.
Yeah, he's
I can't believe you didn't come up with that one, to be honest with you. That was simple.
He's McCutcheon everyone, and he's passing him. That's a happy meal, that one.
I don't know where to go with this. So just quietly, Hayden Pascoe up to position 5, make that 4. And he's just put the move there on Bryce Kennan as we got Kelly nearly half spinning that midget there in turns 1 and 2. And that's going to put Hayden Pascoe up into position 3. But we'll go back up on the battle towards the race lead right now. Bailey Cardwell, Matt McCutcheon. These drivers are not shying away from the fact that they're happy to throw some ink sliders here at the Knoxville Raceway.
Yeah, definitely. I think Minimac's now quite comfortably around him. So, and Hayden Pascoe and Aaron Kelly are still going pretty hard at it back there in P3 and P4. Kelly throwing a slide job on him at the moment. Pascoe trying to turn it back underneath him. Let's see how he goes with the run here. Oh, they're just going to keep trading slide jobs, I reckon. These two boys at the front, Bailey and Matt, I think they'll just settle in, and they're both locked into the dash. That's where you sort of can chance your arm a little bit more, because if you don't wreck, even if you wreck, the worst place you can start is 8th. So these two boys just comfortable now.
All right, half a mile to run here in the final heat race of the night before the preliminary mains get underway. McCutcheon and Cardwell out in front in positions 1 and 2. Cardwell dies down low into 3 and 4. McCutcheon going to win from Cardwell, and Hayden Pascoe from the back of the bus to get position 3. You did call that he was going to make the main event, and he's done it directly via the heat races. So well done, McCutcheon, Cardwell, Pascoe, Kelly, Kenyon, Horton, Hoffmans, Baldwin. And that was our 8 cars in this one. And our first preliminary main. Up next here, we'll take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. 8 laps going to be the distance for tonight's E-Main. And I believe it's just going to be the 4 cars. It's going to be Caden Brown starting on pole. Kenneth Beecroft, again, whether he's been DQ'd or whether he's got some sort of hardware issues, he's not making the call, so he might not even be in the server. Lachlan Horton will start P3. In fact, that'll move Bruce James up to position 2. Lachlan Horton out of P3, and Ryan Crowell is going to bring up this 4-car field. Again, this is the part of the night where cars start to get eliminated slowly but surely as we move through a E, a D, a C, a B, and then of course that will set the field for tonight's main event. And we've seen drivers make the run from the E all the way to the A and even get up to a podium, you know, with the likes of Humble. Humble's done it a couple of times. I think Brett Jr. Morris has done it as well. Do you see any one of these 4 drivers doing that here tonight, Alan?
Mate, the only one that I could probably think of would be Caden Brown. I think he's got the talent to do it, but he'd have to draw on a lot of real life experience to get there. And we've already seen though Ryan Crowell, you know, providing he can stay out of trouble, he's got the car pace there. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he can deliver with traffic.
Yeah, let's see if he can Crowell and get to the front. Someone had to do it.
If he can't, he'll be the first one in the pits taking a brown.
Oh, it could be worse. It could be that's not where I was going to go with that one anyhow. All right.
Anyway.
Yeah, we'll move on from this conversation now. I really don't know where I was actually going to go with that, to be honest. Hey, I'll tell you what I'm going to go with. Wozy, thank you for the follow on Twitch. For the likes and follows coming through on the Facebook page. Thank you very much for the support. You are watching tonight's E-Main for the New Zealand Sim Racing. I think it's round 16, I think I heard Harry say. 15 or 16, it's one of those. What is it? I think it's a 24 a 20-week series. So we are getting down to some part of the nitty-gritty of the end of the season.
Yeah, getting towards the pointy end, and a lot of drivers. I think even Brett Junior Morris. He said he missed a few rounds, but he's still in the points race. So a lot of boys will be starting to look at, okay, where am I in the championship, and am I able to progress at all? Do I need to make sure I finish races, or am I going to fall down, type of thing? So that'll be interesting, to watch. And be good if Harry could give us some sort of points update as well, so we can see where guys are running, and probably make this a little bit more exciting as well for the fans when we talk about points and battles.
Hey, I'm actually just trying to have a look right now while these drivers are running around on the racetrack. Although this is an E-main, there's 4 cars, 3 of them are still going to transfer into the D main, and 1 car's going to go home. So I'll see if I can just find out a little bit more info. I don't know if Harry's watching, but if he is, Harry, give us an update.
Harry'd be getting ready for his race, wouldn't he? Oh no, he finished in the top 2.
Yeah, well, I mean, normally...
No, he finished 3rd, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Normally he's getting ready, for the likes of the E-mains or the D-mains, and even then he's just preparing himself for only 1 or 2 laps to find out what part of the racetrack he's going to hit first.
Yeah, exactly. Good thing that, as we always say, the Ghost is what controls the pace car, because he'd hit that as well.
Tonight is round 15, according to the post on the Facebook group chat, or the group page it is. So round 15, we've got Kokomo next week, and we've got a battle on for the final spot. Bruce James and Ryan Crowell. In fact, Ryan Crowell's going to get that one. Bruce James just slowed up a bit. Caden Brown got the win from Lachlan Horton, and Ryan Crowell top 3. Bruce James going to be the first car eliminated in tonight's round 15 of the NZSR National Midget Series Tour from the Knoxville Raceway. Your D-main up next again. This time it'll be 10 laps in distance, and again the top 3 will move on to the main event. We'll take a look here at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Hello, Josh.
Alright, so starting out of P1 is the 39 of Peter Honeybell. Out of P2, the 13 of Theo Stratford. Out of P3, the 7 of Brady Baldwin. Out of P4, the 44 of Jeremy Patterson 2. Out of P5 is the 37.
There's another Jeremy Patterson out there. Wow.
37 of Aaron Hodgson. Out of P6 is the 097 of Caden Brown. Out of P7, we've got the 92 of Lachlan Horton. And to round out the field in P8 is Ryan Crowell in the 03 Sim Rush. Sorry, the Rush Sim Racing car.
What a name, Theo. How good is that name?
Yeah, I couldn't think of a better name other than Brett Wheeler.
I mean, look, Alan Tackin's right up there, close to Theo, but, Theo is just quality. Speaking of, names and stuff, I find out we actually go in about a month's time. We actually find out on what sex this old tin lid is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, well, look, I hadn't spoken in like 3 or 4 days, so hey, what better way to do it on a broadcast?
Yeah, that's right. I just hope you're not having a puppy. Not doing a doggy style.
That awkward silence. Oh, meow. Green flag in your D main, and here we go. Peter Honeywell going to lead the field down into turn number 1 and 2, and he's going to get to the top side of the racetrack. Jeremy Patterson 2 into the wall in turns 1 and 2, and that is not what you would like to see. Well, Jeremy wouldn't like to see that. Oh, we got a car getting real tight, and there's a BSL car just getting straight into the back of Theo. Oh, it's Theo. Poor Theo. What is going on with Theo?
Okay, he strapped that forward in, and he just didn't get anything out of it.
Tell you what, iRacing is a funny, funny game.
That's it. Oh, Honeywell trying to throw the big slider on Brady Baldwin, and he's just getting caught up there by, it looks like Caden Brown, I think, all over the
Hodgson.
back of him. Hodgson, sorry.
Hodgson.
Oh,
Actually,
there's so many
Honeywell,
BSL cars, mate. It's hard to tell.
again, I'm going to stay away from that subject. I'll more than likely say something that, well, I'm not going to regret, but yeah, the likes of Ultimate TV as Hodgson puts the double slider on both Baldwin and Honeywell. In fact, Hodgson now going to get around the outside of Carver outside. Not clear of Peter Honeywell. And oh wow,
Gives him a bit of a hurry up. That looked like.
Yeah, that was a bit of a how you going moment. I wonder what race control does about that one. Whether he's going to get the black flag or not, but Brady Baldwin leading Aaron Hodgson and Lachlan Horton. Oh, Hodgson, these boys are really digging in the cushion up on the top side of the racetrack, just right in the center of the turns. Is that probably the most scariest part of this racetrack when the cushion gets like this, Alan?
Oh hell yeah! You don't know if you're gonna die or you're gonna get fast. So as you see, Brady Baldwin running the gutter, just probably the safest thing to do at the moment. He's locked himself into a spot. So if he runs the gutter and these boys make mistakes running the top there, he's going to win that comfortably. If not, it's a thing, risk versus reward, and you got to risk it for the biscuit.
That indeed you do, and if you get the biscuit, well, make sure you eat it, because depending on what biscuit it is, you lay a biscuit lying around near me, I'll eat
it. Zach Masters is pretty good at eating biscuits too, apparently.
I don't know, he was pretty good.
Disco biscuits. Disco Stew is here for you.
How did this go from iRacing to biscuits
to disco biscuits
to Disco Stew and Simpsons? What is going on in the booth?
No, mate. This it's the fun. That's the fun part of this.
It really is. I couldn't get this kind of material if I was doing it by myself. It'd be very boring and bland. Speaking of by himself, Brady Baldwin, he has got 2 turns to go. Down on the bottom side of the racetrack, Lachlan Horton and Caden Brown going to come home second and third. Horton run the E-main along with Brown, didn't they?
Yeah, definitely. He did. So, and that's a really bold win by Brady there. So, well done, mate.
I just don't even know what to say on that one. That was.
He drove well. He avoided the carnage.
I really shouldn't be worrying about that one. Let's take a look at your Ultimate TV starting grid for tonight's C-Main.
C-Main.
Tell you one driver who I haven't seen in a while, and I'm not sure why, what he's doing with his real life stuff, is SVG. Normally you see him run these E and C mains just for the hell of it.
Who's that, sorry?
Yeah, no, SVG. I was going to say, yeah, good chat, Alan. Good chat. Great chat.
Yeah, no, well, he had a win in Townsville yesterday, so maybe he celebrated too hard.
Yeah, maybe he hit up Zach Masters to get some of those disco biscuits.
Yeah, let's not make any accusations there. He's got a lot more money than we do.
No, please, I'll run over his foot. Anyhow, Hayden Warrington and Mark Horton in row number 1 for tonight's C-Main. Ben Cometti and Saul Smith in row number 2. Rodney James alongside Carl Hoffmans in row 3. Stefan Adams and Brady Baldwin in row 4. And row 5, Lachlan Horton and Caden Brown. Again, 3 cars going to move from the C to the B. And 7 cars in this one go home. Let's be honest, probably Warrington. I reckon Baldwin's going to come through, and I reckon Caden Brown. That's the top 3. What's your top 3?
Oh, I'm going to go with I'll go Caden Brown, Hayden Warrington, and Ben Cometti. I've never heard of him, but I like his last name.
All right, we'll see if he can get some confetti out in the committee machine. Hayden Warrington nearly jumping the start there, as the green flag is finally going to be displayed here in tonight's C main. And we'll see the pulse of the car just slide up to the top of the racetrack, as we've seen all throughout the night. And again, it's these drivers, Alan, wanting to get to the top side of the raceway very, very quickly.
Yeah, it's the place to be. Again, risk versus reward. Caden Brown's already picked up 3 spots, finds himself in, I think it'll be like P6, yeah. So he's worked his way up quite nicely, running the bottom. Just working it. Boys are making a mistake on the top. Again, risk versus reward.
Did I say Brown?
Yeah. I think you went Brown, Baldwin, and Warrington.
Yeah. Hey, and you went Warrington, Cometti, and Brown.
Yep.
Well, we picked 4 drivers, and they're running 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's about which driver is going to let one of us down, because, or even 2 drivers, but I dare say only one of these drivers is going to let us down, as Keenan Brown, in fact, makes the move up on the outside past the number 7 car of Brady Bowman. Again, he's just working that bottom side of the racetrack. Brown into the back of Cometti. Now here comes Carl Hoffman's former teammates down the back straight away into 3 and 4.
Yeah, well, if Brady Baldwin doesn't let Brown through soon, I'm going to send him a message and try and distract him so that Brown gets through and I win this one.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Well, there goes Cometti anyway, flipping wildly and violently. So there's a bit of karma, chameleon for you, mate.
Yeah, Boy George, your idol.
Nah, girl. Again,
anywho,
these conversations get really weird very quickly.
Yeah. So, Carl Hoffman, I was actually I almost chose Carl, but Carl's got a tendency to find the wall as well, so.
There's a number of drivers that know how to find the wall very quickly and do it on a consistent basis.
Thanks.
To be honest and to be fair, you actually weren't the first name that I thought of.
Harry Stewart.
Yeah, you know it. Anyhow, back to the racing. Warrington out by nearly 2 seconds over Caden Brown, albeit, Warrington started on pole. Brown had to come from Bro 4, and 8 laps in, Brown's gotten to the front, but Hayden Warrington, he is still putting a quarter of a second up to 0.3 of a second between himself and Caden Brown late in the race in this C main. It's just unbelievable, isn't it, that he's still able to pull those fast lap times at this stage.
Yeah, as the track develops, the line sort of goes away and develops, and other places become quicker because there's obviously dirt being thrown around, so you find that line early, you get a bit of an advantage, but in real life you do anyway, but in these things it's a bit annoying knowing that people can run the mirrors and watch you if you find that line quicker than someone else and then they see you coming, they watch the mirrors. It's pretty frustrating, but not the case with Hayden, obviously.
Look, we've both, well, not only us, but other people have been on the other end of it where they get mirror drove and mirror blocked and stuff like that, and it is frustrating because you think, well, at the end of the day, this is just a game, and you can call it a simulation all you like, but you get on this game to turn a bit of laps, and we've only got half a lap left in tonight's C main. So Hayden Warrington, just a slider line. I feel so far with the latest update, that's all we see in the midgets is the slider line.
Yeah, definitely.
Trifecta,
and
baby.
It is pretty frustrating because it doesn't create good racing. But then again, too, if you can position your car well to get underneath someone, it does make for good racing, if that makes sense. Everyone's racing on the same track. It's the same if it's locked down on the bottom or if it's locked up on the top. So you've got to make it work, and you've just got to keep momentum.
All right. Well, our B main is up next in our final preliminary Main event to come. We'll take a look here at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
Alright, so starting at a P1, we've got the 91 of Jared Steen. Out of P2, the 84 of Jared Guptill. Out of P3, the 111 of Lewis Clark. Out of P4, the 18 of Aaron Kelly. Out of P5, you've got the 56 of Corey Tyler. Out of that was P5. P6 is Josh Arthur in the 36. P7 is the 55 of Cody Lawrence. P8 is the 61 of Bryce Kenyon. Out of position number 9, you've got the number 1 NZ of Ben Morrison. Out of P10, you've got the 42 of Two-Face, Kobe Dent.
I'm Batman.
Out of position 11, we've got the 70 of Hayden Warrington, which is your first of your C-main transfers. And out of P12, Caden Brown. P13 is Brady Baldwin.
I didn't even check how many go through from this one. 8.
8 go through.
13 start, 8 go through. 8. Oh, we've got 5 going home. Alright, who wins this one?
I think Jared Steen from Lewis Clark, and then I'm going to go with... I'm going to throw Caden Brown in there. Let's see how he goes.
I'm going Clark, Morrison, and Steen. That's a bit of a roll the dice on that one, but again, 5 cars going to miss out. 8 cars going to move on to the main event, so we'll keep an eye on that battle of round 4, that final transfer spot, and we continue to see multiple 3 wide, 4 wide. Were they just 5 wide down the back straight away? Because man, it looked
like that looked like it was, pretty intense there. They're not messing around.
No, they are not. 14 laps to this, and we've just completed lap number 1. Lewis and Clark. Lewis Clark, your race leader. Jared Steen, second. Aaron Kelly, third. We've got 1 car that's getting that's one of these BSL cars. It is Jared Guptill in the number 84 car. He caused some problems there for Corey Tyler. Bryce Kenyon somewhat a little bit caught up, involved in that one. And again, we're seeing some of the drivers make their way through the field. Ben Morrison, I'm very close to picking this trifecta once again.
Made a big mover and shaker is actually Caden Brown. Caden Brown from the back of the bus up to 6th already, and all over the back of the leaders. Actually, he's in 5th. So that lead group will soon be in Caden's grasp.
Now we'll keep an eye on the 097 making his way through the field and looking to do what we've seen a few of the drivers only complete from the E all the way to the A. And how far can he get into that A main later on tonight here at the Knoxville Raceway for round number 15 of the New Zealand Sim Racing National Midget Series Tour. Lewis Clark leads Aaron Kelly, Jared Steen, your top 3. Then you go back to Ben Morrison. And here comes Brady Baldwin again, running the bottom side of the racetrack. You got Hayden Warrington up top. Here goes Caden Brown looking back to the inside in the 097 car as he'll make the move going down into turn number 1 and 2.
Yeah, that was really smart. He's positioned his car quite well on the bottom there, which has forced Brady to run through the slick. And obviously running through the slick there's no grip. So really, really smart move there by Caden.
Well, there goes Ben Morrison and Hayden Warrington putting on a bit of a spectacle there for 4th and 5th spot on the racetrack. Warrington put the slider on Morrison in 3 and 4. Morrison stays low down through 1 and 2. Lewis Clark just rolling the bottom. Aaron Kelly now to the race lead, and Jared Steen and Lewis Clark find themselves locked in a side-by-side battle for 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, good little battle brewing up the front there. Obviously, for the minor positions, they're not really, they've moved themselves forward a spot in the race, in the feature, or a row, but nothing really going for this one. But I don't know, what are we doing for the top 8 so far? We got anyone out straight away, Brett? Can you see? It looks to be like Callan Arthur's got that. Josh Arthur, sorry, he's got that position pretty well sewn up.
Yeah, so he's got a 1.6 seconds back to Bryce Kenyon. So, in fact, Brady Baldwin has now gone into position 8. I'm not sure why my timing of scoring is playing up. I just had Brady Baldwin scored in 8th. Not sure what went on there. Maybe someone went back to the pits. Maybe Kobe Dent or Cody Lawrence. But Baldwin 7th. Josh Arthur 8th. And we go in front of them. Caden Brown, Ben Morrison, side by side, battling for 5th and 6th. Hayden Warrington, Lewis Clark, Jared Steen, and Aaron Kelly. We've got 3. What do we got? 4 to go. 3.5 to go.
Yeah. I'm just making sure I was on the right lap. It says live down the bottom, but I wasn't too sure because obviously your timing's thrown out, and I was like, hang on, it just doesn't look right. But the boys, Lewis Clark and Hayden Warrington actually, what was he? Your C main winner, battling pretty hard there for 3rd and 4th spot.
The mobile 1, number 70 car of Hayden Warrington. Not afraid to put it on the top side of the racetrack and let the right rear dig into the cushion all the way around this big half a mile of a racetrack. He tries to put the moves here on 3rd place driver of Lewis Clark. Clark going to go down low down to 3 and 4. And we're going to continue to see Hayden Warrington continue to work the outside of the racetrack.
Yeah, Hayden and Lewis, sensational battle going on there. And all the while they're still catching Jared Steen as well. So that's it's quite interesting. Normally when you get locked into a battle, you don't catch the car in front of you. But Jared just, I think, trying to hit his marks and make sure he brings the car home nice and straight for the feature, which is now.
Very, very wise about how they finished that one, Alan. I enjoyed that one and when they were going to finish. Aaron Kelly, Jared Steen, Hayden Warrington, Lewis Clark, Caden Brown, Ben Morrison, Brady Baldwin, and Josh Arthur were your 8 cars to make it through. Bryce Kenyon, Jared Guptill, Cody Lawrence, Dent, and I can't remember who the last guy was. Those 5 drivers going to be sent packing. Hammer MMA, thank you very much for the follow on Twitch, and hello. As we now get set for tonight's dash. Again, we'll have 8 cars coming out onto the racetrack and 6 laps of distance, or again, depending on who's counting these laps, whether it is going to be 6 laps or whether they'll do about 8 or 12.
Yeah, I don't know if Harry knows how to count. I asked Harry to count his girlfriends, like asked him how many girlfriends he had.
5.
In his life, and he actually fell asleep.
Only you could come up with something like that.
For any viewers at home that are a bit confused, Harry's a Kiwi, and when I asked him to count girlfriends, it's counting sheep. So, yeah. Thought I'd point that out for anyone listening.
We're going green flag racing right now. I don't even know who's starting where. Just take it,
Bridging
watch it.
Morris out of P1.
Humble out of P2, and that doesn't really matter about anybody else because they're going to finish 1-2, I reckon. Here we go. Green flag is out here in tonight's trophy dash. Again, Brett Jr. Morris and Aaron Humble will lead the field down into turn number 1 and 2. Piscalet getting shuffled back there to position number 8, and Humble right through the middle. And how about that 00 car of Matt McCutcheon?
Yeah, Matty just hit that cushion quite nicely and drove himself into 2nd spot. The Rush Sim Racing team cars 1 and 2, and over they go. Well, Humble obviously got a better run there than Minimac, and just probably I don't know if that was netcode or didn't hit the anchors, but anyway, the worst they'll start is P8 anyway, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, very humble experience right now for the 46 machine.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be going to McDonald's or Donnell's anytime soon. Together after that one.
Well, if they do, they can. What was that? What was the McCutcheon one again? Because they could get a McCutcheon meal or something.
Yeah, McCutcheon meal.
Again, you can't script this sort of stuff. This is now look, these drivers are really. I can't even tell you what lap we're on. I've forgotten.
4.
Oh,
well, not 4.
Sure, bro.
So good.
What was that? What was that? So good.
according to Harry Edwards, though, probably on lap 1 still.
Yeah, no, they just finished it. Yeah, I really couldn't tell you what kind of lap time or lap we're on at the moment. I can tell you that the proper 1 AU car, or the Australian champion, there should only be 2 number 1s. The New Zealand one and the Australia one. That's it. They're the true number 1s.
I tend to agree with that, but if you want to run the number 1, you run it in your series. But anyway, I mean that's up to obviously the organisers to sort out, not us.
He's kicking up some dust and some clay on the top side of the racetrack. Is the Australian champion. I think if we see him spin out anytime soon, I think that's when the race is going to be over. I could swear this has been more than 6 laps.
Yeah, there's 8 now.
Wow, these guys. Okay,
I think Harry's just told him white flag now.
Wow, is he serious? Oh, he's gonna cop an absolute hammering right now. Actually, you know what?
Unless they ran an 8-lap dash.
Yeah, I was just going to say, before I go and hammer him about it, I'm going to go and find out if it is meant to be an 8 or 6-lap dash, because you would think a dash in a normal world, it's been 6 laps the entire time.
Yeah.
Well, okay, it doesn't say. I mean, what kind of an admin are you, Harry Edwards? Just says Dash will be running warm-ups. Yeah, no worries, buddy. I tell you what I do like this series doing though is the admin cautions with only 2 or more cars involved to throw a caution. That I find just great, because it takes away from the people, potentially throwing in 10 gallons to have people spin out on the top side of the racetrack or put their car upside down to where a single car will actually bring out a yellow.
Yeah, well, I think the only way they'll bring out that yellow, that single car, is if they can't get off the track. I mean, it's a bit of common sense, but yeah, the 2-car incident is definitely a lot better off. You get more green flag laps, and that's what everyone pays for on this service, is green flag laps. So yeah.
Alright, we might take a quick break here on Ultimate TV and come back in just a moment. You're watching round number 15 of the New Zealand Sim Racing National Midget Series Tour. Live, we are in Knoxville, or we are at the Knoxville Raceway, the sprint car capital of the world. We'll be back in just a moment.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ultimate TV for round number 15 of the New Zealand Sim Racing National Midget Series Tour, live from the Knoxville Raceway. Brett Wheeler alongside Alan Tacken for you in the booth, and for the call on tonight. Our main event, 35 laps, going to be the distance here. We'll take a look at your Ultimate TV starting grid. And starting on pole in the double A1, or the 1A car, is going to be Brett Junior Morris. On his outside is going to be, I have no idea who finished second. I was about to read off Aaron Humble. But the top 8 is going to be jumbled up around. So Brett Junior Morris, Aaron Humble, Harry Stewart, Matt McCutcheon, Mitchell Piskalik, Joshua Walton, Jordan McDonnell, And Bailey Carbo will be the first 4 rows from 5, or row 5 is correct. Harry Edwards will start position 9. Callan Arthur will start position 10. Position 11, Tom Callahan. Position 12, Hayden Pascoe. Position 13, Aaron Kelly. Jared Steen. Position 14, Hayden Warrington. Lewis Clark in row 8. Row 9, Caden Brown, Ben Morrison, Brady Baldwin, and Josh Arthur. Going to make up this 20-car field. Alan, who do you like out of this one?
Mate, I'm gonna go with Brett Junior Morris. I can't go past my teammate.
I'm actually surprised he hasn't followed Sanford yet.
Well, I had a chat to him, and I don't think he's going to go. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, not this week anyway. Just wait a week. All right, who am I going to pick? You know what, Matt McCutcheon, he's been really disappointing. I'm not going to say, and I say this with with the utmost respect, because I know Mini Mac is very fast around here, but something is lacking as of late. Maybe it's getting that scholarship with the F1 deal that he doesn't have to put the time in anymore. But I don't know. He seems to gone off a bit.
Yeah, it's obviously signing that major contract with Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull Racing all at one time. It's going to be pretty tough for him.
Here come the money.
Yeah, that's right. So he's got Nicole Scherzinger swinging off him now because Lewis Hamilton isn't any good.
I feel like saying the McDonald's ad. I need dollar. That's what I need. hey, Mini Mac. Okay, if you've seen the pace car pull to the infield, you're wondering why we are still watching from above the sky, or above the racetrack, high in the sky. Hope you haven't got a fear of heights. If you do, well, turn your head and look away. I'll let you know when we're back. But we are getting the drivers from the dash lined up into their correct positions. They will go around one more time, and there'll be green flag next time by to make it a 35 lap main event here at the Knoxville Raceway. So you've picked Brett Junior Morris. That's cheating. Yeah, I mean, I can't go past Brett Junior Morris. Not starting out of P1 anyway.
Well, I mean, last time they raced at Eldora, he started out at P1 and got into with a lap car. So, and I think he's finished P2. Ben Morrison, didn't Ben Morrison end up winning that one?
Yeah, maybe, but
so
Ben Morrison
never
starts
know.
18th. I mean, he's probably the only driver that can come, from the back, because he is clearly the New Zealand's best driver. Screw it. I'm going to go McCutcheon out of P5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, I was going to go Humble, but Harry Stewart, if he can get his internet sorted, I mean, that'd be pretty swell, but I guess
I think they've told him to pull off.
Yeah. Back out of it, get to the back, and
would be the first time he's been told that. But anyway,
see you next Tuesday. I mean, Monday actually.
Yeah, poor guy. So there goes his interview chance.
Yeah, well, we might. Nah. I was just gonna play around with. Why are we not going green? Just quietly.
I do not know. I think they're trying to roll down the laps so that they run 35 instead of. What's Harry saying?
Shambles, mate. Absolute shambles. What's going on?
I reckon.
If they're doing this for fuel, that will dead set do me. I'm done. Why advertise the 35? I'm done. I don't know when we're going green, folks. I guess just sit tight, hang about, keep rolling.
They're going green. Green as Brett Junior Morris leads them into turn number 1. Going to run the slider line there, followed closely by the 21 or the 1 of Jordan McDonnell in third spot.
It's the one at DLA, okay? It's the real one is the number 1 AU out in front.
Anywho. Jordan throws a slide job on Brett Junior Morris going into 3 and 4, and Brett clears him quite comfortably. And same thing in turns 1 and 2 as the boys run up the back straight. Mini Mac moving his way into third spot there, Brett, for you. So Mini Mac moving for you.
Yeah, trying to get the Big Mac rolling right now on the bottom side of the racetrack. Battle on for the race lead. Brett Junior Morris holding on to the top spot for the time being. Here comes McCutcheon. And everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of these drivers are running that famous slider line here at the Knoxville Raceway. We continue to watch the battle on for third and fourth. Holy cow, Piscali put the slider on McCutcheon, and McCutcheon, he certainly had those grapefruits are flowing. 3 wide, down into 1 and 2 for 4th, 5th and 6th.
Yeah, McCutcheon there would have been puckering like there's no tomorrow. So clinching them butt cheeks. But as he hangs on to that third spot, and there's some boys out there throwing some big mean sliders to begin with. It's
some boys, Moto.
Somebody tell these boys to settle down. Minimac starts to apply the blowtorch to the back of Brett Junior Morris's car here. This will be interesting. Wonder if there's any team orders. Both OPR drivers, both probably running down in sim together, so they'll be able to feel that cushion on the motion sim pushing up. Anyone else want to get down to sim race? Rush sim sports. Get down there and give it a go.
I got a question. Why are they in OPR but running Rush Sim racing cars?
Because
that's just like being a part of Black Diamond and running a stolen design logo.
So apparently these boys are sponsored by Rush. So Rush don't just they're not a sim racing team as such. They're a sponsor on the side of these guys' cars. So
okay, all right.
Just like Alan Tacken runs a Ultimate Dirt TV car.
There's other reasons for that. You know, if you put that logo on the car, and what happens? You got a podium. Didn't you get a win actually?
Yeah, I went to Victory Lane as well.
See, so. Exactly. This is why more people.
But enough about me. Let's get back to this race.
I was more the fact that everybody should be running the UDTV logo because not everybody can't go to Victory Lane. Pete Morris has really caught your race leader too. The 21.
Yeah.
Oh, big smack. Big smash in 3 and 4. There was about 19 cars involved in that one. All right, I might have over-exaggerated. Callahan, Baldwin may have been involved in that one as well. So, again, some drivers feeling the pinch of that one.
Yeah, that was a good green flag run though. That was 12 laps uninterrupted. Oh, actually, sorry, we'll take off the 10 laps that they done as a warm up.
Yeah, not to mention the 8 or 10 lap, 6 lap dash we're meant to have as well.
Yeah.
Harry, if you're listening, you are about to cop it in about half hour's time when we get off here.
You're an egg.
Hello, Les. Welcome in, buddy. We hope you enjoy somewhat of the broadcast. Thank you for the follow as well. Zomcob, thank you much for the follow on Twitch as well. Appreciate it. Welcome, Paul. Thank you for the like. What do we got?
I see Dallas Sharp, ex-midget driver from Queensland's watching, and probably Brendan Palmer as well. I can't see him in there, but he's probably watching. And Jordan Charge, I'm surprised that his missus let him out of the bedroom to watch this.
And again, that's a conversation for off-air because that's a joke that goes between 4 people. Well, 5 if you include his missus. He's so bad at Rocket League, it's not funny. Hello, Skylar. How you going? Skylar, what are you doing up? 5:30 in the morning? Gee, what is it with you? Like Americans just dead set. Do you guys not go to sleep, or are you guys just legitimately up at 5 a.m. to go to work? I know I know Amy gets up. She gets up at like 4 o'clock. It's like, man, I was lucky to make it to bed by 4 o'clock last night. Or this morning. Anyhow, enough about my life. We'll go back to green flag action. The 21 car of Jordan McDonnell out in front. Brett Junior Morris in the 1AU car. Closely followed in by the 00 car of Matt McCutcheon. Then we go back to Aaron Kelly, who was running the bottom. Kelly's made up a few spots as well. Didn't he run the B main?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Aaron definitely ran the B main there, and he's trying to put a slide job on Minimac. Minimac running that cushion quite nicely. I don't know, Brett, if you want to, but I think your camera work, if you jump on the right rear on either Minimac or Brett Junior Morris, or not Junior now because he's in the wall, but jump on one of those boys, mate. Look how closely they run into that fence.
Yeah, as I say that, Brett Junior Morris, what does he do? Runs the slider line. Yeah, no worries, mate. How about, yeah, mate, my camera work is always on point. There's no doubt about it, all right? I can always follow the action. We're on board with Matt McCutcheon right now. You just see how close that is dead centimetres away from the wall. Unbelievable. And what great camera work, too. This is just fantastic.
Yeah, exactly right, Matt. I'm glad you thought of jumping on the right rear to see that wheel work. Look at the shock as well, just bouncing there. It's like 2-pack at a nightclub, just bouncing.
Well, either that or it could be Zach Masters as well, pinging all over the joint. Stop it.
Oh wow, he's gonna kill us. But anyway, it's all in good spirits.
Yeah, hey, look, yeah, he's one of those guys that, oh wow, that thing was really bouncing on the entry into turns 3. But yeah, he's one of those guys that just love to get on and have a bit of a joke. And if you can't get on and have a bit of a joke, what's the point of getting on? No, Tim, I don't want to show you the replay. I might show you the replay of this one. There's the yellow flag. Certainly comes out here for the second time tonight. If we can find out who it was. I have no idea. Maybe Caden Brown. Let's try and take a look. See, told you my cameras are on point. That's yeah, why not? Tom did. Oh, it was Caden Brown, in fact, just getting caught up on the cushion as they come towards the exit of turn number 4. And of course, we'll take a look here at your Black Diamond Motorsports onboard cameras here and see exactly what happened to the 097 car who made his run from the E-main all the way to the C. In fact, he just tried to drive around the outside there of Aaron Humble, but unfortunately just ran out of Knoxville track position.
Yeah, you probably got that right up in the soft spot too. If you have a look, that front right dug in as you're sort of trying to avoid them too. So
funny.
Unfortunate for him.
Funny you say that because the camera angle that I was on was actually the right front. This is why, like, don't worry about trying to be number 1. Ultimate Dirt TV number 1.
Yeah, it is number 1.
Skylar, you fell asleep a little too early. Okay, so you're up early. That's fine, understandable. Dallas Sharp, flying to work. Wish I was at home to race. Palmer fixture sim. All right. What are we going to have? 15 to go. So we've just gone past the halfway stage of this one, and Kelly going to put the slider there on Matt McCutcheon in turns 1 and 2. Brett Junior Morris still trying to catch up to the back of the 21 car of Jordan McDonnell.
Yeah, McDonnell just commanding the post out the front there at the moment and making these other boys try and find a way around him. As you can see, Jordan running the slider line, which is quicker obviously on entry, but the boys sort of reel him in a little bit on the back straight. So we had a couple of green flag runs happening, and the boys don't make any mistakes. It'll be quite an interesting finish to this one.
This slider line is just absolutely dog's breakfast. It's a dog's breakfast. It's just...
yeah.
It's so,
you're right.
So boring. But
you're right.
It is, it's a part of real life, and it's a part of the game. So, you have to take the good with the bad. Take it with a grain of PJ salt.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you have a look at those 2 lap times then. Last time around, Brett Junior Morris was about a 10th quicker than Jordan. So
yeah, and McCutcheon was a 10th quicker than Morris.
There you go. So
he's hammering it. Just hammer it, buddy.
Hammer down.
No,
which is interesting because Minimac running the top all the way around, and Junior running the slide job through 1 and 2, and then down low through 3. He's gone slider. Here we go.
It's close.
Clear Jordan.
Yeah, he's got him. Morris, the 1AU car, the real one.
Oh!
Here comes the 21 back at him. If Minimac could just pull his finger out, I'll tell you what, this would be a 3-car battle to absolute... You'd dead set lick your chops at this one.
Yeah, you'd think that Red Bull would be in his ear telling him to hurry up.
Well, it does give him wings, apparently.
Yeah. Disco Biscuits give you more than wings.
OPR, BSL, OPR, BSL, and BSL. So 2 teams occupy the top 5.
It's a bit like watching the sprint car racing.
Uh-oh! 1 BSL, that's Tom Callahan. Should have stuck with Altus. And they're right, Timmy. I'll wait for the response for Tim in about 3 minutes' time.
Didn't something similar happen to Timmy by Bergeron at this track?
I don't know. Explain. Just say it, mate. Don't beat her.
Oh, I think
Don't beat around the George. Just straight up tell me.
I didn't see the incident there with Tom, but I remember a World Championship event where
The B main band.
Ryan was leading. This was the A main. Ryan was leading, and Alex got into the back of him and turned him on. I think it was turn 4. So it looked like something similar there for old Tommy.
Oh yeah, I might remember that actually.
So everywhere you go, you always take the weather with you.
Okay. I thought you were going where with everywhere you go, or people want to know or something. I just thought people might.
You always take the Altus with you, mate. You always take the Altus with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, just like him, and it was him and what was that? What was that other team he was on?
Who?
Timmy before Altus.
ERT.
Yeah, it's just like that. After Jock left him, he's now riding solo.
Oh, poor bloke.
Yeah, just hit up Schweppes, mate. Just say, listen, I'm solo.
Or Jason Derulo. I hope Richard Morris commanding this one. He's checked out after getting around the 1 DLA. Then the 1AU's taken off.
Yeah.
The former 1NZ all over the 1 DLA.
You're an idiot. You are an idiot. Oh. I hate you right now. McCutcheon all over the 21. I'm not going to say he's... okay, well... He was running the line. He had been running that line for the last 400 laps on here at the Knoxville Raceway. And I think McCutcheon may have just drove it in a little too deep there going into turns 1 and 2. And now the case is white flag is out here at the Knoxville Raceway. And Brett Junior Morris in the 1AU car. Finding himself away now 2 turns away from victory lane. In the Team OPR Rush Sim Racing number 1AU car. He's just got 2 turns to go. And well, we've just picked up 1 and 2, not only for our picks, but of course, who was that just got in the background that was involved in an incident? But Brett Junior Morris goes to victory lane. Matt McCutcheon 2nd, and Jordan McDonnell home in 3rd. We'll take a look here at your JR Productions and Media unofficial results here in just a moment. You know, we'll have a look at them now.
Do it.
Well, just like the speech and the pre-race prep speech for Brett Junior Morris, it was "You can do it." And you know, that he does in the 1AU car, goes to victory lane here at the Knoxville Raceway, making it a 1-2 for OPR. Matt McCutcheon home in 2nd, McDonnell 3rd, Aaron Kelly 4th, Lewis Clark 5th, Bailey Cardwell 6th, Aaron Humble 7th, Brady Baldwin 8th, Harry Stewart somehow finished in 9th after not hitting the wall for 34 laps because we missed a lap anyhow. Mitchell Piskalik again somehow survived in 10th spot, probably a career best finish for those 2 drivers in the series. 11th, the New Zealand champion of Ben Morrison, Tom Callahan, the first car to go a lap down. Callan Arthur home in 13th. Josh Arthur, Joshua Walton, Harry Edwards, Hayden Pascoe, Caden Brown, Hayden Warrington, and Jared Steen We'll chat with our top 3 here in just a moment, but we are going to take a quick break on Ultimate TV and come back with our post-race show. Alright, we are back here on Ultimate TV for the New Zealand Sim Racing National Midget Series Tour. We do have our top 3 as we are getting set to go trackside with our top 3, Brett Morris, Matt McCutcheon and Jordan McTinnell. We'll chat with our race winner first. Here's Brett Jr. Morris. Brett, congratulations here on the victory. Well, that was a well-earned victory here at the Knoxville Raceway. Talk about how you race and how you're able to get back to the lead, bud.
Yeah, definitely, struggled a bit in the early half of the race, which was kind of weird. Didn't really know where any of my speed came from. I just kind of drove it a bit better. I think I was just driving like a bit of an idiot and didn't really know what line to run. And Jordan obviously was chasing, and it's a lot easier to chase than it is to be chased. So, hats off to him and Matt for driving a good race. That was definitely real fun. And definitely fun chasing Jordan down and then being on his bumper the whole time and keeping it clean and all that. So I just had to be patient and wait for my move and pulled it off. And then obviously Matt got second as well. So, huge congrats to him as well.
Normally this is the point where Alan chimes in, but for the first time ever, he's actually kept quiet. Normally he chimes in with a question. How did you have anything for Brett here?
Yeah, mate. Obviously you're talking about trying to slow down and hit your marks and try and learn where the line was to try and get back around Jordan. When Jordan ran the slider line, were you thinking, this is not good because the slider line is generally, from what we've seen, is the quickest line at most tracks now. So were you sort of thinking, how am I going to get around him? How am I going to get him off that line? Or were you pretty confident that you'd have the car speed to get back around him?
Yeah, I definitely had more car speed on him, especially in 3 and 4 running the top, because the top was definitely faster all the way around, but there was just no way I was doing 30 laps of that without killing myself. And, it was just a smart move just to throw the slider line in 1 and 2 and then just try to get all my momentum in 3 and 4 and then eventually just got a run on them at the right moment. And that the race I made one mistake and then let Jordan get to the lead. So, it's just about hitting your marks every lap and not making mistakes. And then, that's what gets you race wins at the end of the day.
Speaking about hitting your marks, those last sort of 5 laps when you pulled a bit of a gap between you and Jordan and also Matt there, run on that slider line, were you at all worried about how hard you had to drive it in there to hit that top side, knowing that, one little mistake could be, sitting here on the front stretch or sitting back on the infield on the pit road on the back of the virtual tow truck?
Yeah, definitely. People talk about slider line being, easy and it's boring and all that, but it's actually very hard to run the slider line because you have to be pin perfect every lap after lap. So, it's difficult to run. So, it's just about hitting your marks and usually about where you enter is where you're going to end up. So you basically know if you're going to end up on the wall or not once you enter the car in the corner. So as long as you just get it turned in right and turned in nice and then sit it on the cushion real nice, you'll get a good run coming out of the straightaway.
Brett, how does this prepare you for real life racing?
Definitely just, definitely just being behind the car, or a virtual car, but, they're always they're a bit of fun to drive, and you have to learn a bit of racecraft. You know, when to get on the gas and when to go for moves and when to not go for moves. So it definitely helps in that side. But obviously I've never driven A grade midget, around Knoxville in real life, so I can't really compare it. But it's as close as it's going to get. And it's always good fun, and it's just good to be behind something at least. It's better than nothing.
Well,
Yeah, exactly right.
I mean, those Chiefs, they're a little bit disappointed that you're not behind them. But on to another topic. There is rumours absolutely swirling and howling around that with the departure of one DS leaving OPR, rumours are that you are going to follow him. Can you confirm or deny these rumours that are floating about?
You're an idiot.
We'll take that as a no comment on that.
Yeah, I didn't hear a word you said. Repeat that and I'll answer that.
Don't worry, I'll ask you off air, or we can go back and listen to the replays. Yeah.
Oh, no. You cut out for me, mate.
He said that you were leaving OPR.
Listen,
left.
Yeah, look.
There's no way.
There was rumors. There was rumors. Just, like I said, they were howling around in the breeze, almost like a tornado. That once Sanford left OPR, that you were going with him and stuff like that. But
no, I'm not going nowhere. I'm sticking with my buddy Ellen and Matt, obviously, and all the other guys, Zach and Dylan and all that from OPR. They're all a great bunch of guys, and it is a bit of a meme going around that I'm jumping teams every week, but I'm happy where I am now, and I've got Ryan from Rush. So
there's actually four people that I've seen jump more teams than a horse jump a barrier at Flemington or something like that, but. I mean, and three of them we're interviewing tonight, but we'll move away from that. Congratulations on the win. Sponsorship, that's Buddy who makes it happen for you.
Yeah, obviously just Ryan from Rush, he has been back in the team, me and Matt and Harry and himself. It's been heaps of fun being involved with that, and obviously everyone from OPR and Harry for pitching in and getting the servers up when operations in America. So it's always good fun and to race for the series, and hopefully we'll be back next week in the same spot.
All right, well, Cho, bro, good job on the win. Go get yourself a drink out of the chili bin, and we'll see you next week. I'll see you in 2 weeks' time, actually. See ya. Rich Junior Morris. I love interviewing some of these guys. They know how to take a good joke, and they're always willing to get something back. Hey, look, Harry Stewart's here. I wonder if we should get him in for an interview, but no, sorry, we don't interview ninth place drivers. What we do, though, is interview second place. Mini Matt McCutcheon, the good old chicken legs. Chicken legs, you used the front bumper there to get by Jordan late in that race. Talk about from your vantage point.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate. I didn't use it. I don't know. I think I was too busy looking at my mirror. I think that was the reason why I just clipped him. But anyway, hey, it's racing at the end of the day, and he wants to do it back next meeting. It's all part of the fun. So that's what we like. Makes it interesting.
I do remember a similar incident at Eldora, where he got into you. So I mean, it's racing. Everyone's racing for their spot on the track, aren't they?
Yeah, everyone. That's when the cushion's like this and it's hard racing. You just it's fierce out there. So but hey, I think it was pretty interesting to watch. So hey, it's all part of the fun.
Well, we moved Tracy Grimshaw aside from, what does she do at Current Affair or whatever she does, 60 Minutes. I don't really keep up to date with that kind of bullcrap. But I asked the hard-hitting questions here. Lately, you've just absolutely sucked. Why? And what has changed?
I don't know, to be honest. I think on iRacing I've been doing a lot of road stuff, so I haven't done too much dirt stuff. I just kind of turn up on these league nights.
Get out of here. This interview is over.
My bad.
This interview is over. We are done.
Hey, my bad.
Hey, listen, you don't tell me when to stop. No, continue on, bud.
Yeah, no, so I've been doing a lot of road racing at the moment with some enduros on iRacing. Just kind of been getting into that a little bit. But no, I definitely love the dirt stuff. So I love doing these league nights. It's such a challenge. You got all the big names out here, so it's a bit of fun.
All right, again, these hard-hitting questions are just coming straight from I'm not going to say the horse's mouth, but again, it's rumours. And I asked this question to Brett. Rumours were circulating that his departure was coming shortly after David Sanford's. You tend to follow Brett wherever he goes. Brett didn't want to sort of comment on this situation. Can you confirm or deny that your status with OPR may be coming to a close and you might be moving elsewhere?
Nah, definitely not. You know, I follow Brett around. You know, me and him are a team. We've always worked together. So wherever Brett goes, I kind of go with him, or wherever I go, he goes with me.
Oh,
But
trust me,
nah,
we
we've
know.
definitely.
The Dirt community knows.
Thank you. But no, we've found a happy spot here with Rush Sim Racing and OPR. You know, it's a good group of guys. So love the group chat messages. It's always going off. So yeah, no, it's a good little team that we got now.
Like I'll be the first one. Those rumors are not circulating at all. That's just me just trying to
Just
throw a bit
one
of
stirring up the pot.
just
Yeah.
giving it a bit of a Joel Berkeley and just stirring crap.
Bit of a live streamer thing, I think. Hey.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
Berkeley doesn't stir crap.
oh, my bad. Sorry, Joel. Sorry for throwing your name into the mixer. Well, hey, look, it's finally great to see you back up on the podium. Unfortunately, you fell one spot short of probably where you wanted to be, but second place, good result for you and the team, and no doubt, I'm sure there's some people and some sponsors you need to thank on that car.
Yeah, definitely would like to thank Rush Sim Racing, Ryan there. You know, the guys there are awesome. Brett, Harry, and Ryan. And also like to thank OPR, Alan, and the guys. They're an awesome group of guys, and can't wait for the future.
Well, nice of you to thank Ultimate Dirt TV, so you're not going to get a
Uh,
chance, so get out of my
Go on.
Good. All right, Alan. He's third place tonight in the 21 car. He's Jordan McDonnell, and Alan, you're standing by with him.
Yeah, Jordan, mate, congratulations on the third place. Obviously, you'd be happy with it, but be wondering what could have been as well, I guess.
Yeah, having internet dramas at the moment. But yeah, I mean, third's still good. So it was a little bit of a shame that I got tagged going into one. But you know, as Mini Mac and I spoke after the race, that's racing. So I just move on and go from there.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously touched on it briefly with Minimac as well, and you know, he said, you know, it's a racing deal, and it's just one of those things. And I mean, you know, you don't have to cast your mind too far back. I remember the DLA final. I think you two come together just racing hard, and I mean that's what happens when you've got two races running together. So yeah, what was your take on that? Do you think that he moved you out of the way on purpose, or what was the go?
I don't know. Like, I don't think Mini Mac's a dirty driver. I think
I do.
He's filthy. He's a grub.
I think he's a hard racer. I think all of us that tend to run up the front all race each other hard. We're racing each other for quite a while now, so we kind of know each other's limits and how we race each other. I think it was surprising to say the least, but I suppose it's just, you know, it's just racing. It was only a little tag, but it was just enough with the track conditions to almost put me fully around. So
yeah, unsettled the car enough to obviously balk you there. But mate, I see you've started BSL sim racing team. How's that going for you so far? I see you've recruited a few people already. You must be throwing the dollars out, mate, eh? Making it rain.
well, I didn't start the team. I got to thank Travis Buckley for doing that. Basically, the the whole thing that happened with Black Diamond Motorsports, I won't really go into, but it was a bit of a shame that it kind of went the way it did. Just with things that were, I suppose, if you want to call it that. And then Travis, obviously, son of Bill, wanted to create an esport team, and Bill was keen to jump on board and start it. And me and Travis are good buddies, and he's like, well, you don't ever drive anymore, so do you want to join the BSL team to start it? And then I was like, okay. And yeah, I was like to Travis, well, you probably need to get some guys if you want it to be, you know, just more than you and I. And he's like, well, what do you think we should do? And I was like, I think you should look at getting some guys that run up the front regularly in sprint cars and midgets. So we've looked at recruiting a few guys from the Pro Series that were privateers over in America, and some of the guys that have run regularly up the front in DLA and NZSR for midgets and that. So it's pretty good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it all turns out, because we've got a new bunch of people and we all don't really know each other that well, but so far it's so good.
Surely David Sanford's going to be high up on that list if you're talking about recruiting, you know, the fast guys. Too soon? Is that a touchy subject? Is that a touchy subject for you?
Nah, it's not. Nah, it's not a touchy subject. I think David's happy where he is at
Wherever he is.
Mega Black or leaving. Yeah, leaving OPR like I predicted. But yeah, he's happy where he is. So that
It sounds like he's joined a porn star team.
God, stop it.
Sorry, no disrespect to anyone from that team, but yeah, that sounds like a porn channel.
I thought you were going to talk about the porn industry and just not disrespect anyone from there. We apologise.
Anyway, mate, look, we'll let you get out of here, but before you do, who gets the job done for you? Who puts the name on the car?
obviously, big thanks to BSL Racing and Bill and Travis for starting up this team. It's also an opportunity for the guys that are in it. So really looking forward to moving forward with it. And basically all the sponsors that are with BSL Racing in the real world. So Esslinger, Lucas Oil, Easy Steel, Monomark, Is Car Plus, and Aggressor and Terra Chassis for helping us get to the track, and everyone that showed up tonight and put on a great race. And Brett for the broadcast. I won't forget this time.
Yeah, you get moved out before you can thank him.
I tell you what, you won up on Mini Mac. Don't worry about that.
Cheers, boys.
No worries, mate. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, the one DLA of Jordan McDonnell coming home in third place tonight.
Yep, the 21 car of Jordan McDonnell home to finish up the final spot on the podium. Matt McCutcheon home in second. Brett Junior Morris gets the job done here tonight. Alan, once again, It's been a pleasure as always. We're not going to interview that guy just yet. We'll wait till the live stream is over before we bring him in here. But well, Alan, again, that's going to wrap things up from the Knoxville Raceway. Again, a pleasure to have you in the booth. It's again been another fun and exciting night.
Yeah, mate, some good racing tonight there. I think the front three boys really sort of showed, again, what the NZSR league's all about. So hope everyone enjoyed it. And, yeah, thanks for having us along tonight, Brett.
Anytime, buddy. You are welcome. Anytime. We'll have to get you set up on the producing side of things as well. Anyhow, that'll do it for us here from Ultimate Dirt TV from the Knoxville Raceway. Round number 15 of the New Zealand Sim Racing National Midget Series Tour is complete. Well done to Brett Junior Morris, who goes to victory lane. Again, a big thanks to our sponsors and partners here at Ultimate Dirt TV. A big thanks to Wicked Cushion, The Real 19 Designs, World of Thunder iRacing League, iCore Leagues, JR Productions and Media, and Black Diamond Motorsports. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, and on behalf of your broadcast team tonight, Alan Tacken and myself, Brett Wheeler, we say thanks for watching and we say farewell, good night. We'll see you in a couple of days' time on Tuesday, in fact, Wednesday morning at around 11:30 for the National Oval Racing Association Series. Until then, good night, everyone.